What's up, guys? Crack Monkey back at it again on Doki Doki because last episode was too good to just leave alone. I had to know what happens next. So, let's get straight into it. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Fu- my dog is doing his thing. Ignore my dog in the back. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend it with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Hey yo, I thought you were with Sayori. Hold up, hold up. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Crack Monkey, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Haha, you should take a little responsibility for her, Crack Monkey. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Uh, Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets and laid out. Oh, grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Yo, is there no music? Like, am I tripping? Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it almost a professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poem from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh my percent. That is just percentage right there. Oh my, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of. Ain't nothing else in here. Get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Uh, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Crack monkey? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more that I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori. So, well, all right. Try not to take long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her feel really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and I want to give her. What? I reach Sayoti's house and knock on the front door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She's really a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? I mean, sorta. In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayoti's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter the room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Hey, yo, what the? An exception has occurred. No way. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her? Why did I make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club, screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something. But it is though! Oh my gosh. I only have one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. No way, it's over. What? Yo! What is that? Look, it's not even like new game. It's. What is that? What is that? Oh my god, look it. Sayori's like not there no more. What? I didn't even. Oh my god. Let's load into that. Load into that. I got a trophy. Start a new game. What the freak is this? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance. That girl is Sayori, a neighbor. I know. You know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But she's going to chase after me like this, so I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Hey, uh, it's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. Bro, like what? There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in there anyways. The school day is just ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Crack monkey? Oh my. Monica! Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Uh, yeah, it has. Monica smiled sweetly. We don't know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. What did you come in here for, anyways? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Haha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major club. Oh my god, it's repeating all over again. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd rather much take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Oh my god. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Um, haha. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything, reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of our members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hmm. Hey, Crack Monkey. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Uh, I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. Um, well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Crack Monkey. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Oh, okay. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly, dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Oh my. Girl, what? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Crack Monkey. All words escaped me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet the both of you. So I ran into Crack Monkey in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Oh my dog. Wait, Monica. Hold up, y'all, hold up. Alright, I'm back. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Crack Monkey? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel at home, okay? As president of Literature Club, it's my duty to make a club exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in this. Bro, I feel like wrong, bro. Why Miss Sayori? Like, what? It must be a hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the efforts to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work a little hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Uh, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eee, that's not it. Oh wait, okay. Insulted Yuri looks away. I mean, I mean that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I really enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Crack Monkey, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she's quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed more reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Hell yeah, sucker! I want Sayori, I don't want none of these girls! Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with the rock. Haha, I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The, the truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example for Natsuki feel comfortable and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Uh, I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Uh, um, uh, I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Bro, I want to literally go back and like redo it because like and tell Sayori that I don't love her so she can hopefully be alive. Like, oh my god. It seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Crack Monkey? Hold on. There's still one problem. Huh? What is it? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All three girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought. Hmm. Uh, the girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Crack Monkey. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need four. That's all bad, bro. That's all bad. Like, I really want to go back. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in the situation. And besides, the club itself is pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Crack Monkey? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Crack Monkey, I'm so happy. We can be an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can definitely end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Crack Monkey, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way home, my mind wanders back and forth between these three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Well, will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Why is it giving me an option? Like, what if I press no? What is that gonna do? I'm gonna press yes. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. What? Oh man, that sucks. Not seeing Sayori at the bottom right there, bro. Ugh. Hi again, Crack Monkey. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Hey, yo, what? Thanks for keeping your prom, bro. I want to go back. 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 Like, I seriously want to go back, bro. Hold up. I'm gonna. What? I can't. I can't save. I can't save. I can't go back. All my other older slots are gone. I'm gonna save that one right here, though. Oh, what? Thanks for keeping your promise, Crack Monkey. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Uh, oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hey, you're blocking the thing, sucker! I'm a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the closet. Bro, get out of the way. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Monica plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Crack Monkey. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Uh, if you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should keep you what? That I'll help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches out into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. Am I tripping or is it like tilted a little? I think I'm tripping. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. It was a little tilted. Yeah, I was like messing with my eyes. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki's utter an exasperated sigh from the closet. She seems to be annoyed with something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. What's good, girl? You looking for something in there? Oh! What the? She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Uh, sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit it. You can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written in your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it from my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right in the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Perfect Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Crack Monkey. Consider that. Don't judge a book. Okay. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Perfect Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoved the books into my hand. Uh, I stare at the cover. It features four girls in colorful attire, striking, animated, feminine poses. It's excitingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window sill. She pats on the ground next to me, signaling for me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can read at the same time. We can't read at the same time like that. Huh? Why is that? I guess it's easier to be closer like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Hmm? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Uh, I am, but nothing's really happening. Nothing happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about to be a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Excuse me. What's good, girl? Shit. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't? Um, that's not. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Hmm. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet." It makes me want to punch them in the face. That's right. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who won't judge, who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess gravitated towards other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Hmm? Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the out of me if he found this? Oh my. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Uh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, right? Oh, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Ah, got him. Got him. So, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, yeah. I flipped the page. Um, what's going on, game? Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. She's asleep. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh! Police! Oh, oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give. Mm. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it in her mouth. Don't worry, Crack Monkey. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. Oh yeah, that's normal for Natsuki. She just, black eyes, mouth, everything goes distorted. It's normal. Some light, some light. That's why I've always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share our poems now? Who should I? Oh, this is sad, bro. This is sad. Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Uh, what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Uh, in fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's why I had it in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy, bruh. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Uh, Natsuki retort. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so. You just. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it like to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that to myself most. Oh, I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Alright, we read this already? Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like, I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Hmm. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forget to start speaking. I forgot to start speaking. Um, it's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. I made the poem more towards Natsuki's liking than Yuri's. I want to go with something a little different now. Well, we'll try to get at Natsuki. I feel so bad though. Like Sayori. All right. Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri blushes her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice, excuse me, that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Excuse me again. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. Um, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that most noticeable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you would be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice by learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Um, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if she has this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yeah, I've read this before. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wouldn't think that at all. But it took you a long time to read it. Yep, totally. Uh, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Uh, actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Crack Monkey. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the last remains place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot of solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I share with my poem? Gee, I don't fucking know. Hi, Crack Monkey. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm not I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Crack Monkey. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's sort of a barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. I like it, Crack Monkey. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No, no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. That's right, that's right. Talk to me nice. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in if you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. Notes, notes, write this down, write this down. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fuzzy mood pretty often. Dude, that explains what was going on earlier. Like my dad will beat the beep out of me and all that, you know? But sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her mal, malnutrition is interfering with her I can't read adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I had to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. I'm not sure if we read that one. I think that one was different. So, what do you think? It's very free form if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Uh, well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is if you keep if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. Yup. I guess that's everyone. Sad. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch of their I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Uh, thanks. Yours is Cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really doesn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Well, if I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Crack Monkey did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to exchange anytime soon, unless of course I came across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't. And Crack Monkey liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Uh? That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Crack Monkey appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Aren't you full of yourself? I... no. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Crack Monkey said sure. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who... Oh, look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bit. Oh my... Edgy? Sorry, that's my lifestyle. Is it too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend? See, just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you could counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the is... Oh my god. Yeah, go on. Let Crack Monkey hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll head over heels after you hear this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she noticed I was standing there. I just noticed. Crack Monkey, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Hey yo! What? I'm gonna go with Natsuki. Natsuki? Oh my, Natsuki again. We're gonna keep picking Natsuki. Oh my gosh, what's happening, yo? Natsuki again. Keep picking Natsuki. What was good, Monica? How you been, girl? You're kind of in the way, you know. Do I press X? I can't press anything. There's just silence. This is kind of creepy. Back up, sis. I can't. I can't press anything. I'm pressing X. Uh, there's text. There's a text box. I see it. Maybe if I keep pressing X, something will happen. I'm spamming X now. You hear this? Oh my gosh! What? How does it? I can't see in the back. Monica, you're in the way. I can't do anything. I'm just spamming X. Is she like Slenderman or some shit? Like Monica, the main character? I mean, when we were writing the poems, Monica's little like figure at the bottom like wasn't popping up, you know? Like it never even popped up before. So something's up with Monica. What's good with you, Monica? How you been? Oh my gosh. Is it really gonna make me sit through this? Alright, right. I'm gonna just take a sip of my Gatorade real quick. Oh, there goes my coaster. Yeah, I can't do anything, guys. I'm just kind of pressing X. Oh, hey, Crack Monkey. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even comfort my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to do a little more assertive. I could to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand that, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend a little less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend more time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Crack Monkey, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around or something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I just, I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Crack Monkey. Dot. It would be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but what the um what the freak? What the? Oh, let's pick that one. Oh, I shouldn't have picked that one. Oh, party. Oh my gosh. What the freak? Pink. Excitement. What the was that? That was Sayori. Nah, I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna save it. Save game on this empty slot. We're gonna do that for now on. What the beep, you know? Oh my gosh. That was sick. Oh my gosh, that game just suddenly just got crazy. I'm like just trying to process everything right now. That's insane, bro. There's a side story to this motherfucker? Maybe we'll play that after we're done, but shit. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave it right there. It got a little crazy. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Went down in this one for sure. Like, I miss Sayori, bro. Like, come on. It makes me regret saying I love you. Like, come on, bro. But I hope you guys did enjoy this one. I'm a little sad, TBH, but we can't let that get to us. It's just a game. It's just a game. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to drop a like. I always appreciate it as always. And like always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.